All right. First of all, I want to thank our fans that were that came out today. Great crowd, great atmosphere. I mean, they were with us all the way to the end. The cheering at the end, the support that our fans continue to show these young men is impressive and inspiring. I want to, they're Alabama's the best team in the country for a reason, and I think they showed it. I think that they had speed all over the field. They've got an extremely effective and impressive, as I've seen, offensive performance. Very obviously we know they're very well coached. But it was great to see so many former players that we had out today. Trey Flowers and Darren McFadden, and I mean we had former players all over and just so involved with this program and with us and having such a big weekend in recruiting. So that's impressive, and a thank you to them that came out. We had a huge following of them come out to practice yesterday. And I thought that, as we mentioned earlier, this was going to be a huge weekend for this program from a recruiting standpoint. And we had an impressive amount of recruits here, and they're in that locker room before and after the game. And it's impressive to see those guys around, and they know what we're building here and the foundation that's being laid. I thought offensively it was this was our best performance. This offense continues to get better. It's the best we've played against the best team we've played. We give up 3 turnovers and 21 points. That's hard. A team of like Alabama, they don't need any help. And that was our message all week long. We can't help them. But we gave up three turnovers and 21 points. But I thought we executed our game plan very well. I thought that Coach Craddock and our offensive staff did a great job putting the plan together. Rakeem Boyd, Ty Story continues to show his grit and his fight, and he continues to get better. That's what I shared with him on the sidelines about midway through the third quarter, how proud I am of him. And obviously getting Cole Kelly in there in a short yardage situation is a big help for us. It allowed us to be more efficient on third downs. Again, another good performance by C.J. O'Grady, and our tight ends had several tight ends catching the football today. But again, just continuing to get this offense better. And it was impressive to see them take another step forward and allowing us to continue to grow our package offensively. Defensively, I thought they fought hard. I thought we were 2 4th and 1s, and they really came up with nothing on those. And I know one play was overruled, but I thought the story of the night was big plays. We gave up entirely too many big plays, and I thought when you saw the ball in space, you definitely saw the true team speed that they have when they get the ball in space, and we're able to make some major plays there. I thought, again, continue offensively, our defensively, and our run game we continue to get better. Special teams, we executed our game plan as well. Thought we got better in that regard. This is one of the best special teams that we've faced. Most electric return men that we've seen this year, and I thought that we did a really good job of containing their explosiveness. Our message for this football team moving forward is we're going to come back in here tomorrow. We're going to hit reset. It's a 6-game season, and we're going to focus on us. We're going to focus on what we've been focusing on over the last 3.5, 4 weeks, and that's just us getting better and getting better every day. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Bob.
Hey, Chad, how encouraging was it to see O'Grady put another good game together, and how far do you think he's come maybe with some off-the-field things that caused him to be suspended? It sounds like he's doing a lot better in those areas.
Well, I think a lot of that runs hand in hand. There's a lot of parallel and I think that he's had another really good week in his preparation and how he's handled himself. And I think just watching his production level and his playmaking ability continues to improve. And I'm very impressed with CJ. I look forward to watching him grow.
How important is it to your offense to struggle at the end of the season and then put up the most points any team has put up on Alabama?
Well, I think that when you coach offensive football, it takes time to create continuity. It takes time to create consistency. and you go through growing pains, and you find out, you know, what you thought was your playmakers maybe need to be put in another position, and you try to balance that as you're adding your offense in, and then you realize, well, maybe I need to scale some stuff back. So, it's been a process, and it'll continue to be a process. I think you see this, that we continue to add a little bit each week about who we are and where we want to be. And so we won't get to it all this year, but we'll get to what they can retain and what they can execute. So.
Offensive line performance, what do you think of it overall, and also Brian Wallace, how badly was he injured?
Yeah, Brian's sprained his ankle, and I thought that there was some really good things in the offensive line that we did. We gotta continue building. I don't know how many sacks that we gave up today. We gave up 1 sack today, you know, against one of the best defensive fronts in all of college football. And so again, I think that those guys, I thought they got better. I thought that they got better, and it was a lot of the reason why we improved so much offensively.
Hey Chad, all year you've talked about how this team hasn't quit regardless of what's happened. Would you say that this game was actually the best example of that?
Well, they're not going to quit. I can promise you that. There's nobody in that building over there that's going to quit, and they continue to fight, and that's been our message from the get-go. We're focused on us. We're focused on putting a foundation in this program that's going to last forever, and you do that by you finish what you start. You learn how to finish strong, and you learn to fight, and that's what these guys are continuing to do. And it's been day after day, week after week of watching these guys come in that building and just focus on us getting better.
Coach Morris, I believe it was 21-7, you got the ball on the goal line, and you just said you're playing the #1 team, Alabama. Kind of what was your team feeling right there?
Well, I'd have loved to see what it looked like at 21-14 right there. You know, the crowd was in it, and they stayed in it all game. But I mean, golly, the guy comes in, makes a great play on the ball, puts a hat on the ball. Ty's trying to go in, and at the time I thought he was trying to reach over the goal line, and he wasn't. He had good ball security. The guy made a great tackle on it, but I always felt like the same thing. Hey, we're in this thing. We got a lot of momentum. We're moving the football, and so you know it's you know now you got a sudden change here. You got to put your defense back out on the field. But again, I thought that showed. If it did anything, it provided some confidence for that offense. That was like, okay, we're moving this football. We're moving it.
Chad, I want to ask you 2 things. Can you talk about what you saw that you're hitting the tight ends after the rush came through to move the ball in the first half? What you saw and how that came about. And second, were you a little surprised that they hit as many big plays on your defense, which had been playing so well to this point?
Yeah, I was. You know, I knew that they were fast. I knew that their team speed was really good, and but you know, until you get them out on the field and see them in person and you know, create the separation that they can create. And then when they get the ball in their hands and do things with it. Now, you know, again, Tua did a fantastic job. I mean, wow, he's very effective and had time to throw the football. Very, very effective, very efficient. And I think you saw that. As far as just getting our tight ends, I thought that they were very aggressive in the D line and you know how they rushed, the stunts that they would do, and I thought that we could, you know, maybe slow some things down by trying to hit our tight end on some delays in the middle.
Chad, it's obvious you're making progress on the field, but the wins aren't coming. 5 straight losses. How tough is that to deal with when you're working so hard and the guys are playing hard? And how do you kind of keep the guys going when they're not getting the results in the 1-loss column?
Well, I think, Bob, that they see, number one, they see the improvements that are made and being made in this program. And you know, we're going to come back in and we're going to just focus on ourselves, and that's all we can do. And we've played a really tough schedule over the last few weeks. It's no excuse, but we're getting better. And these guys see it, and they know that we got an opportunity now to come back in here and hit reset, and let's play a 6-game season.
Chad, you touched on Tua for just a little bit, but could you further elaborate on what made him so successful today?
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot. I mean, he was very calm. You know, had a lot of time. They do a good job of moving him around, running a lot of screens or nakeds, and getting him out of the pocket, moving his launch point, and then getting his wide receivers do a really good job of just finding the hole in the zones and sitting down there. And so he does a really good job. I mean, he's fantastic leader, and you can definitely see it on their team.
You mentioned Rakeem Boyd briefly. What did you think of his performance, and what did he mean to the offense?
Well, this is 3 weeks in a row that this young man continues to get better, as we all do. But a guy that just got here in August and getting himself in a playing shape, and we're starting to see that. I mean, a rush for 100 and something, 106 yards, I believe, and does a really good job in pass protection.
Any more questions for Coach Morris?
Yeah, Santos got hurt late in the game. What's the update on him?
I believe it was just a stinger on his shoulder. I think he's back. He'll be okay.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.